intricate arabesques, their fingers guided by centuries of tradition. Students study mathematics, astronomy, and medicine, while merchants trade ideas as eagerly as silk and spices. Persia had become a civilization where knowledge, beauty, and ethics were inseparable. Persian gardens were designed with geometry, symbolism, and harmony in mind, representing paradise on earth. Music and storytelling thrived in courtly salons and public squares alike, ensuring that cultural memory remained vivid among the populace. Persian identity was not just preserved, it was celebrated. Despite political challenges, such as conflicts with the Ottoman Empire and local uprisings, Persia's culture continued to flourish. This period demonstrated that even in times of conflict, art, knowledge, and spirituality could sustain a nation's soul.
Part 12. The Qajar Era. Modernization, Challenges, and Identity. 1789 to 1925. The Safavid Empire eventually gave way to the Qajars, a dynasty that faced new challenges from rising European powers. Persia had to navigate a rapidly changing world, balancing modernization with tradition. Tehran became the new capital, symbolizing a fresh start while preserving Persian identity. The Qajars were ambitious, promoting infrastructure projects, schools, and diplomatic missions. Yet Persia also faced foreign pressures. Russian and British interests in trade, oil, and politics created tension and forced Persia to defend its sovereignty. Despite these challenges, Persian culture remained resilient. Architecture continued to blend classical Persian designs with modern influences. Artists, poets, and scholars kept the intellectual spirit alive. Persian carpets, miniature painting, and music remained highly valued both domestically and abroad. Imagine a Qajar-era school in Tehran. Children read poetry, study science, and learn history, absorbing the legacy of Cyrus, Darius, and the scholars of Nishapur and Isfahan. Teachers tell stories of heroic battles, legendary kings, and cultural achievements, instilling pride and continuity. Even as foreign powers encroached, the heart of Persia, the culture, the intellect, the spirit, remained unbroken. This period set the stage for the Pahlavi dynasty, which would attempt modernization, industrialization, and further centralization. But the true lesson of the Qajar era was clear. Civilization survives through culture, knowledge, and identity, even in the face of political and military adversity. Part 13. The Pahlavi dynasty. Modernization and transformation. 1925 to 1979. By the early 20th century, Persia faced unprecedented challenges. The Qajar dynasty had struggled to defend the nation from foreign pressures, and internal inefficiencies threatened sovereignty. Into this turbulent era stepped Reza Shah Pahlavi, a visionary with a plan to modernize Persia. Reza Shah's vision was ambitious: railways, roads, schools, hospitals, and a strong centralized government. His reforms aimed to transform Persia into a modern state while preserving its historical and cultural identity. Factories hummed with activity, rail lines connected distant provinces, and students flocked to newly built schools. Yet modernization was not without tension. Many traditionalists resisted change, fearing that Persia's soul might be lost in the rush for progress. Reza Shah understood the delicate balance. A nation cannot rise without education and infrastructure, he declared, but it must never forget its roots. Under his son, Muhammad Reza Shah, Persia faced further challenges and opportunities. Oil became a critical resource, attracting international attention. While foreign influence expanded, ordinary Iranians, teachers, students, merchants, and farmers remained deeply connected to their culture. Poetry, music, and art continued to flourish, illustrating that civilization is preserved in the hearts of its people, not only in government buildings or wealth. Part 14. The 1979 Revolution. A nation transformed. By the late 1970s, discontent had grown across Persia. Economic inequality, political repression, and foreign influence fueled unrest. The streets of Tehran, Mashhad, and Isfahan filled with people demanding justice, freedom, and cultural sovereignty. Students, workers, mothers, and scholars all joined together, united by a vision of a stronger, independent nation. The revolution was dramatic, passionate, and transformative. Citizens carried banners, mothers held their children aloft, and elderly scholars quietly observed, understanding that history itself was being rewritten. The Shah fled, and the Islamic Republic of Iran was established, ushering in a new era of Persian identity. Even amidst upheaval, culture and knowledge persisted. Schools continued to educate, poets wrote of hope and resilience, and artists captured the spirit of a nation reclaiming its destiny. The revolution underscored a fundamental truth: the endurance of a nation lies in its people, its culture, and its collective spirit.
Part 15. Modern Iran, Civilization Endures. Today, Iran is a nation where the past and present coexist in harmony. Children recite verses from Ferdowsi's Shahnameh alongside lessons in modern science. Scholars debate philosophy while designing groundbreaking technology. Musicians compose melodies inspired by centuries-old traditions, and architects design bridges that honor the geometry and aesthetics of ancient Persia. Modern Tehran bustles with energy, innovation, and creativity, while the landscapes of Shiraz, Isfahan, and Persepolis whisper the stories of heroes, kings, and scholars. The nation pulses with life, a continuous thread from Cyrus the Great to modern citizens. Imagine sweeping cinematic visuals, the golden sunrise over Persepolis, the modern skyline of Tehran, artisans crafting carpets in Isfahan, children studying poetry and science side by side. Through it all, Iran's culture, intellect, and resilience persist, proving that civilization is measured not by armies or borders, but by knowledge, creativity, and courage. From Cyrus to Darius, from Rustam to Avicenna, from the Safavids to modern citizens, Iran's journey teaches the world that greatness lies not in fleeting victories, but in enduring spirit. Every citizen, scholar, artist, and leader contributes to this story, a story of resilience, innovation, and beauty that continues to rise. As the sun sets over the Zagros Mountains and the Caspian Sea glimmers in the distance, one truth is clear: Iran's journey is unbroken, unstoppable, and eternal, a living testament to the power of human ambition, creativity, and the unwavering spirit of a nation that has always risen, no matter the trials it faced. As the story of Iran unfolds across millennia, one truth becomes undeniable. Persia is more than an empire, more than borders or armies. It is an idea, a civilization built on courage, intellect, artistry, and resilience. From the first villages along the rivers of Persis to the towering columns of Persepolis, from the legendary battles of Rustam to the philosophical debates of Avicenna, Persia has continually risen, adapted, and endured. Imagine standing at sunrise on the plateau of Persepolis. Golden light floods the ruins of ancient palaces, reflecting on intricately carved columns. The whispers of history seem almost audible, telling stories of Cyrus the Great, Darius, and countless others who shaped the destiny of a nation. The past is alive here, not frozen, and it connects seamlessly with the present.
Across modern Iran, life pulses with continuity and change. In Tehran, students study physics alongside poetry, engineers design bridges that echo Safavid architecture, and artists blend classical Persian motifs with modern expression. In Shiraz, gardens and mosques remind the world of centuries of beauty, while poets still compose verses that resonate with the same wisdom that inspired kings and scholars long ago. Iran's citizens are the living embodiment of its civilization. Farmers in the fertile plains, merchants in bustling bazaars, teachers in classrooms, and scientists in laboratories all carry forward a heritage forged over 2,500 years. They inherit the courage of Cyrus, the wisdom of Darius, the creativity of Safavid artisans, and the resilience of modern revolutionaries. Every individual contributes to the story, reinforcing that Persia is not just history, it is a living, breathing civilization. Culturally, Iran's influence transcends its borders. Persian poetry, philosophy, art, and science have shaped societies from India to Europe. Scholars, merchants, and travelers carried knowledge along the Silk Road, ensuring that Persian ideas endured. Today, this legacy continues through education, literature, film, music, and technology. The enduring lesson of Iran's history is clear. True greatness is not measured by fleeting power or wealth, but the lasting impact of culture, knowledge, and human spirit. Persia arose through vision, wisdom, and the courage to innovate while honoring tradition. Its story is one of adaptation, resilience, and inspiration, proof that a civilization thrives when it nurtures intellect, creativity, and community. As the sun sets over the Zagrums Mountains, casting shadows over modern cities and ancient ruins alike, one image lingers: the eternal thread of Persian civilization stretching across time, unbroken and luminous. From the dawn of Cyrus to the achievements of modern Iranians, the story is continuous. Every triumph and trial, every poem, palace, and principle carries the spirit forward. In this moment, the message is profound. Persia is not only a history lesson, it is a living testament to humanity's ability to endure, create, and inspire. Its rise is ongoing. Its culture, intellect, and courage continue to shape the world. And as long as its people remember, honor, and innovate, Iran will always rise again. The story ends here, but Persia's journey is far from complete. It will continue with every heartbeat, every mind, and every act of creativity and courage across this land. The rise of Iran is eternal, and its spirit is unstoppable.